my happy readers. It's Shed Time Stories with Issy. Are you ready to share a new story? Well, I have chosen a rather wishful story to share. The title is Beaty Fish and the Legs. If you have this book at home, you can read along with me. The author and the illustrator, the person who has written the story and drawn all the pictures, is C.A. Rainbow. Now we're going to meet Beaty Fish. She is a tropical fish who longs to have legs. Shall we read and find out what happens? Beaty Fish and the Legs. There was a beautiful bay where the warm seawater was crystal clear. Beneath the surface was a colourful reef. This is where Beaty Fish lived. Beaty Fish and her good friend Angel Fish often played together on the reef with all their other fishy friends. They would laugh and have lots of fun while swimming in between the rocks. During the summertime, shiny white boats appeared on the surface above their reef. Beaty Fish was always excited when the boats came, not for the boats themselves, but because of what swam out from them. The strangest, most beautiful creatures Beaty Fish had ever seen, the legs. Marlin Brander, the wisest open water fish to have ever visited the reef, told her all about them. They have hair at one end and legs on the other, not scales and tails like us, and they live on the dry land. Beaty Fish was fascinated by the legs. They were so beautiful and came in many different colours, shapes and sizes, just like fish. Sometimes she swam out from the reef alone just to be near the boats. She would wear seaweed on her head and pretend that she had hair just like them. Oh, how she wished she could be one of them. One day, Beaty Fish was swimming past a boat when she heard a big splash. Something had fallen into the sea. It was a big square shape. It floated down and settled on the seabed. As Beaty Fish swam towards it, she could see words in big writing and a picture. Beaty Fish tried to read the word "poo." She tried again, this time aloud. "Posed." That's what the word said. Under it was a picture of the legs. "These must be posed legs," she cried out triumphantly. Beaty Fish had an idea. She carefully tore the page out. But what was this? There were more pictures of the legs underneath. Pages and pages of them, all in different shades of beautiful colours. Beaty Fish held the picture against herself and looked at her new reflection in a nearby shiny shell. "I have legs! I have posed legs!" she exclaimed excitedly. "I can't wait to show everyone at the reef." Angel Fish and her friends looked at her in shock and surprise as she approached. "Notice anything different about me?" beamed Beaty Fish. "You've got legs!" exclaimed Angel Fish. "How?" "They are posed legs," Beaty Fish said. "Don't I look fabulous?" Yes, her friends replied, still a little shocked. Suddenly, Beaty Fish had an idea. You can all have posed legs. We can do a fashion show on the reef. Everyone will see us and be amazed. What's a fashion show? Angelfish asked. It's what posed legs do. They walk up and down, she explained. I read about it in the writing next to the pictures. Beaty Fish led them to where the magazine lay. She started tearing out pages and handing them to her friends. This is amazing, they cried. We have legs. They bumped into each other, trying to get a better look at themselves in the shiny shell. Let's go back and show everyone. Back at the reef, the other fish were going about their daily lives. Everybody stop what you're doing and look at us, Beaty Fish shouted out at the top of her voice. They all stopped and stared at her, slightly taken aback. Right, let's go! One by one, Beaty Fish led her friends through the middle of the crowd. But as Beaty Fish and her friends went swishing past, their legs started to vanish. My goodness! Gasped the fish. They whispered to each other in amazement. The paper was breaking up and disappearing into the sea with every swish of their fins. The watching fish began to turn away and get on with their day. Beaty Fish, still unaware, carried on swishing her way around the reef with her head held high. Her friends had all noticed and stopped still. Beaty Fish, your legs have gone, and so have ours, said Angelfish. Beaty Fish stopped swimming and looked down. Oh no! What's happened? All our posed legs have disappeared. I was so beautiful and different. Beaty Fish, you are beautiful, and we're all different, which makes us all beautiful, said Angelfish comfortingly. You're also kind and a good friend. I loved having legs and standing out from the crowd, said Beaty Fish. I always secretly wanted to be one of them. You always stand out, her friends said. We all stand out in our own special way. After all, the legs come down here to see us because we are different from them. Thank you, kind friends, said Beaty Fish. I love you all so much, and I do love my fins. Let's play and have fun. A few days later, Beaty Fish was swimming by one of the shiny white boats, hoping to catch sight of the legs. Splash! A big square shape floated down from above and settled on the seabed. Beaty Fish swam over excitedly. Posed! This time, the picture was of a person's hair. Posed hair! Beaty Fish smiled with glee as she started to tear out the page. When the hair is gone, I'll just accept it and move on, she promised herself. There's always seaweed, but not when I have posed. As she swam up to the reef, she saw Angelfish and her friends. There's more for you like before, she said, a little unsure of what their reaction would be. I thought we could all have another fashion show while the hair lasts. It'll still be fun. How do I look? Absolutely fabulous, her friends said, smiling and clapping their fins with applause. Let's go and have a show. Pose! Pose! Oh, what a fun fishy story that was. Beauty Fish so longed to have legs, just like the ones she saw swimming above her. She thought they were so different and beautiful, and they came in all different colours, shapes and sizes. Her wish came true when a magazine floated down to the seabed, and she and her friends all had a fashion show with legs. But I'm so glad Angelfish helped her to see that being different is good. All the fish are different. Just like the legs, they come in all different shapes, colours and sizes. And that's what makes them so beautiful in their own special way. Just like you and me. We are all different and beautiful just the way we are. I hope you've enjoyed today's Shed Time story. And if you want to, you can like, share, follow and subscribe to Shed Time Stories. Then you will be ready for the next book for us to share together. Bye-bye.